Ta-da!
Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in Lund, Sweden. For today's video, we will be playing Day 4 of Battle for the Borderlands. It will be a matchup between the Poisonous Skinks and the Wood Elf Glade Guard. Let's go ahead and take a look at the warbands and take a look at the board. The first warband we have is going to be the Poisonous Skinks, and they will be led by a skink brave whose name is Crexo. He will have 2 wounds, shield, scaly skin for a 5+ save. Now our 3 dogs of war, 2 of them are going to be archers and 1 will be a regular old skink. The regular old skink here will be our regimental standard. These other 2 will have the handcrafted ammo, which does not suffer the penalty to hit for firing a weapon as long range. And this one, the last chance, will be a 1-use only, in which you will be able to shoot with incredible accuracy and killing accuracy as well. Over here now, for the rest of our skinks, we just have 9 more normal skinks. So we have a total of 9 normal, 3 archers, and our leader. The second army is going to be the Wood Elf Glade Guard, and it will be led off by our leader here, who has the last chance, which is also the same thing as the skink archer. We also have handcrafted ammo here on our other dog of war, and our third dog of war is going to be a high elf spearman. He has Drog's Decapitator, which is 2-handed. The wielder gains the killing blow special rule. In addition to that, now we have 6 other spearmen, high elf spearmen, who have a 5+ save with shield and light armor. And once again, we will be using the yellow dice for this band of Glade Guard and High Elves. Here is the 4-foot by 4-foot board that we will be playing with today, set up with a green and dark spot village theme. A lot of hedges, a lot of buildings, a lot of obstacles in this village that we would be able to hide behind. But it will hopefully also lead to some interesting confrontations. And now rolling for picking side and deployment. 1 tie, let's shake those again. Alright, so it will be Lizardmen will pick their side and be able to deploy first. Here now is the deployment. We've got the Lizardmen here all lined up nicely. We've got our leader archer here, we've got our standard, and they are surrounded by normal skinks. On top here though, they got to select the side, so they picked this side obviously with this nice tower. So they have a pretty good line of sight to most everything there. The one on the right has the handcrafted ammo, which doesn't suffer penalties for long range, which is great for that position. And the other one has the last chance shot. When we run over here now to the High Elves, the Glade Guard, we see right here we have our leader, Glade Guard here. Our guy over here with the Drog's Decapitator. The line of spearmen right here behind hard cover. And then over here we have a guy off to the side who's going to be taking some shots right here behind this wood pile. And he also has the handcrafted ammo, so not suffering a long range. So there you go. We've got our 2 armies, our 2 little warbands set up on the table. Let's go ahead and roll to see who begins the game. So here we go. On a 1 through 5, the Glade Guard gets to decide who goes first. And they will decide. Glade Guard will go ahead and take the first turn. So here we go. Game turn 1, Glade Guard. Okay, we've got no charges to declare, so let's go ahead and do our remaining moves, and let's move a bunch of these guys, see if we can get them up, marching up into this area a little bit. Alright, we should be able to move some of our spearmen here, march them up there 10 inches and get them into base contact with that hedge, so they will still have some cover. And they're their final positions as they advance around the hedge. And we can go ahead and march our Drog's Decapitator up right behind this building, keep him out of line of sight of those Lizardmen so he doesn't get picked off. And our 2 archers here, we'll have to move those as well. They are both out of long range, so we will have to slide them up a little bit and try to keep some cover. So there we go, we slide that one up here. This guy, I'm actually going to take him and slide him up into the forest, and he will have cover in the forest, but also the possibility for a long shot. This Glade Guard, of course, is Forest Strider, but we still have to roll for Mysterious Woods, and we got a 6. And the 6 means, of course, that this is going to be a Wild Wood, so any unit in there or any figurine will have to take some damage at the end of their turn. Okay, end of the movement phase. Let's go ahead to shooting. This guy right here, we're going to have him fire one shot over here. This guy's actually not behind cover. We have a shot of him around the corner. So no penalty for distance, but a penalty for moving. Hitting now on a 4. Miss. Same thing, this guy right over here is going to take a shot over onto that guy on top of the wall there, and he has actually a clean sight as well. Long range. But actually, I just forgot that he had marched this turn, so he is unable to fire. And so with that, we come to the conclusion of the Glade Guard turn 1. Let's move over to Lizardmen turn 1. All right, we have no charges to declare, but let's go do a lot of marching with our non-archer skinks. So let's march those guys up 12 inches. And there's their final position between the hedges. It's good to note that I just moved my leader here, so he's able to actually shoot this round as well. All right, shooting phase. We only have short bows, so they are definitely out of range for that guy. He doesn't have anything either, but I think we can use our last chance, and I want to actually try to pick off one of those spearmen. You can see them in the distance between the house and the bell tower. We actually have a line of sight on the one right next to the house. Let's shoot our weapon. We have a 36-inch range now because it doubles it, and it is an automatic hit. All right, here we go. We're still at long range, even with our doubled weapon, but if we hit here, it is an automatic wound, no armor saves allowed, so we can kill this guy on a 5 or a 6. Here we go. Yes! An amazing shot, so that's gonna come all the way from here, flying all the way down here and hit this spearman. No armor saves allowed, so he is going to be killed by that shot. That was an amazing shot, really huge because we don't actually have a standard with us. We are leadership 8, so we need to measure out 6 inches. All 3 of those guys will have to test for panic, let's see, that guy will as well. So we are testing on an 8. Here we go. I mean, this could basically change the whole nature of the game here. Starting here, on an 8, he's fine. This guy in the middle, on an 8. No! He's going to turn and run. Ah! This guy right here on an 8. He is fine. And our last guy over here, also on an 8. He is fine. How far are we going to run here? We will run a total of 10 inches. And 10 inches will bring us right there. All right, a pretty successful shooting phase there with that little extra item in the kit. We've got no combat, so that will be the end of the Lizard Men turn 1. Let's move over here and go to Glade Guard turn 2. All right, here we go, Glade Guard and High Elves. Do we have any charges to declare? Oh yeah, we do. We're gonna have these 2 guys go in. This guy, let's send him here. He's actually going to flee. So let's roll that out and see how far he goes. 12 inches. And 12 inches will take him right over here. Let's roll the redirect then. We will redirect over onto this guy, and we can do that. So let's charge here. That is a regimental standard. He needs to stick around, so we will hold. Next, let's have this guy charge over here into that guy. He will also flee. Let's have him run away, and he's going to go 11 inches. And that is where he will end up now over here. Let's roll to redirect then again if we can. No! And we don't have a banner, so this guy cannot redirect. He will have to carry out that charge. Let's just go ahead and see what that is right now. He's going to go ahead. A failed charge of 5 inches. Let's move him ahead 5 and put him right here. And 2 more charges here. Let's have both of these guys charge. Let's have one guy into here, and he will hold, and one more guy into here, and he will hold as well. We don't want him fleeing through all of this. Okay, first off, let's have this guy and see if he can pull off the charge into the standard. 4 plus his 5-inch movement. Oh no, no, he's going to fail ahead 2 inches. Oh, that was not good. All right, let's move over here to the next guys. First, this guy over here, he's going to charge into the standard as well. 7 plus his 5 will get him a total of 13, and he will make it in. So let's put him into contact here. And the next guy, he will be going over here into this skink. Let's roll that out for 10 inches, and that should not be a problem. No problem there. So he will come across here,
and charge into that skink.
Remaining moves, I realized that I forgot to roll at the end of last turn for the Wildwood. On a 4+, it damages, yes.
And that will be D6 strength, 4 hits. Okay, 1 hit, strength 4, wounding on a 6. Yeah, so that will be in fact 1 wound, which will drop our leader here down to 1. Let's get him out of those woods as quickly as possible. And moving him now, let's get him over here and put him flush up against this hedge so he is able to get some cover from that. And let's move our Drog's Decapitator guy up here, and we'll put him a little bit out in the open, making him vulnerable, but we got to get him up into combat quickly. So there we go, we'll put him right there. And of course, it's so easy to miss things when you have so much terrain. I forgot about this guy. Let's just go back and do him to see if we can rally him. No, he does not rally, and he's going to continue on 11 more inches. And 11 inches will actually take him flying off the board, so it's good we went back and actually did that. And no more movement, so let's go on to the shooting phase. We've got one guy over here, and we've got our leader on the other side. We're shooting from here up to that skink up there who has hard cover and long range, but we ignore it because of our ammo. So we would normally be hitting now on 3s, hitting on 5s. And there's a miss. And same thing over here. Let's shoot up onto that one as well. Hitting now on a 6. Oh, so close. That brings us now to Skinks, turn 2. So let's do some charges to declare. So here we go. We got a whole bunch of charges here that cannot fail. And all of these guys have to hold. So let's go ahead and do some charging in here. We'll get this guy to charge on the flank like that. This guy can charge into the front. Let's have this guy charge up like this. And let's see, can we get anyone else in there? No, I don't think so. We'll leave it like that. And a few charges. Let's go with these 3 right here up onto that guy. And we got 12 inches, 12 inches, 13. So we need to roll a 6, 6, 7. Let's see if we can pull it off. Yes! So there's one guy. That is our leader. He is in. Boom. Next, 6. Yes, and 11. Actually, let's move our leader over onto the corner. There we go. That guy is also in. And the last one, we need to roll a 7. Statistical average, no. So we move ahead 5. So there's the final positions, our failed charge and our 2 successful charges. Let's go ahead and do remaining moves here. But before we do that, we will have to take leadership tests for these guys in order to try and rally them in the compulsory phase here. We are within 12 inches of our banner, so we will have a chance to re-roll. And remember, we're cold-blooded, so we will get to roll 3 dice and throw out the worst one. Here we go. And we got it with a 5, so that guy will rally. And the next one, 3 dice. And no, let's do a re-roll. And 4, he gets it as well. Wow, cold-blooded is such a fantastic rule. Remaining moves, let's go ahead and just move this guy right over here. And he will be ready then to charge someone in the rear. Shooting phase, these guys are all both out of range still. These guys are in combat, so they can't be shooting there. They'll just hold their spot and not fire this turn. Let's go ahead to close combat. Let's start out with this combat. We're going to have this guy, let's have him attack the normal skink. And he will be hitting on 3s. ASF always strikes first. He can re-roll. Good. And wounding on a 3. He got it. And we have Scaly Skin and Shield for a 5+ save. No, so he is actually gone. Boom. Coming back now, we will be hitting on 3s. And we have 2 attacks. And there's 1 wounding on a 4. Yes, and we got it. And we also have light armor and a shield for a 5+ save. So no, he goes down. Wow, so that was a really powerful little attack there, and we will take that guy off. And this guy over here is actually within 6 inches, so we need to roll on an 8, and he is fine. He will not fail. And let's go ahead and do a little overrun here since we charge into combat for 6 inches. 6 inches will bring us right here, so facing down this guy. Soon to be another combat. All right, let's go ahead here and take this combat. We have the High Elf starting out. Hitting on a 3 ASF, re-rolling, there we go. Wounding on a 3, and we have a Scaly Skin and Shield for a 5+ save. No. So let's take this one. Actually, since I didn't specify where we were going, we should actually do this randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and that will be 4, so that will be this one. The standard is still in place. Okay, 2 attacks coming back, hitting on 4s, and there is 1 hit. Wounding on a 4, no. Let's jump over here again now. ASF hitting on 3s and wounding on 4. Yes, and we have a 5+ scaly skin, no, so we'll take that guy off. Okay, let's do combat resolution for both of these. Since we skipped over this one and went directly to that, we can do them now. They lost by 1, they lost by 1, so that means their leadership is dropped down to a 4. Here we go, cold-blooded, can we pull it off? Take that one away, it's a 5, no, so they will flee. Let's start out with the first guy. How far is he gonna go? 12 inches. Second guy will go 3 inches. He's going to pursue. Here we go, pursuit roll. No problem, we chase him down 3 inches out. But now this is where things actually get messy. If we turn around and run directly away 3 inches, that will bring us right here. Remember, this is our battle standard, so this is a really important guy to catch. If we pursue, we're actually going to come and hit this guy right here. And so now we will be engaged in a combat with him, instead of actually catching our guy there. And so that is how that will end up. Let's go over here and do this one as well. Also drop down to a 4, cold-blooded. No, he is going to fail that, so he will turn around and run a total of 8 inches. Let's pursue with our spearmen and see if we can run him down 9 inches. We got him. So that will bring our spearmen actually right here now. So here's how things stand at the moment. We have killed 4 of the skinks. We've got quite a few fleeing. But the skinks have killed 3 of our high elf spearmen, so things are pretty close at this point. Let's run over here and flip this over now to game turn 3, and we have the Glade Guard, game turn 3. Charges to declare. Yeah, let's get some of this done. We're gonna go ahead and charge here, and he will hold. There's no possibility to fail that one. Let's run over here and charge into that guy with our Glade Guard, and he will also hold. No possibility of failing that. So remember, we have 360, so we can just turn and come right into contact like that. And let's have these 2 right here charge into that guy, and he will hold as well. So here we go, first guy, no problem with 7. Second guy with a 3, that's going to be close. And no, he's exactly 8 inches away. So both of these guys will come into contact with him. We'll just put them on the bottom of the hedge to show that. Remaining moves, let's go ahead and get this guy out of here. We will just make a normal move straight up here. Remember, he still has his handcrafted ammo, so he has no penalty for long range. Shooting phase, let's take a shot with this guy right over onto that fleeing skink, see if we can pick it off. We move, so we're hitting now on 4s, and there's a hit. And wounding now on a 3, and we got him. But of course he has a 5+ save. Oh, and he pulled it off. All right, that's the end of the shooting phase. Let's go take care of these combats. All right, let's start here with this combat. Hitting on 3s, yes. Wounding on 3s, no. Coming back now on a 4, no. Next, let's take this combat here. Hitting on a 3, no, but ASF. Hitting on a 3, wounding on a 3, no. Coming back now on a 4, no. These combats are not working. Okay, this one's gonna happen now. Here we go. We got 2 of them hitting on 3s. ASF, reroll that one. No. Wounding on a 3. Yes. Scaly skin, 5, 6. Oh, he saves it. Back here now. Here we go. Hitting on a 3. Yes. Wounding on a 3. And we got it with a 5+ scaly skin. Oh, we got it. Back now. 4s. No. Lizard man turn number 3. Here we go. Let's go ahead and declare some charges. This guy's going to charge into here. He cannot miss. So there we go. No other charges. Let's do some compulsory moves here. Can we rally our standard here? No. He is going to continue running. How far? 7 inches. And that skink over there, he is going to, continue running as well. He's going to go 10 more inches. 10 will bring him right there, almost off the board. Remaining moves, we got to get these guys out of this tower if they're going to do any good. So let's have them go in and take their movement from outside the door. Touching the building now, we'll move them out their normal 6-inch move so they'd be in base contact with that wall. Shooting, let's have both these guys take a shot on this guy who's now out in the open. He ignores the range penalty. He doesn't. They're in long range. So both moved as well, so we have movement penalty as well. So this guy's hitting on a 5, that guy's hitting on a 6. Let's start out with the first guy on a 5. Nope. and a 6. And this brings us back to combat. So let's go ahead and walk through our combats one at a time. Starting here, we have the the High Elf hitting and wounding on a 3. We got a 5+ scaly skin, no. So we'll take that guy off. Coming back now, hitting on a 4. And there's a hit, wounding on a 4. And there is a wound, and we have a 5+ save. No, so he is also killed. All right, let's take this combat here. Hitting on 3s, yes, and wounding on a 3, but we have a 5+ scaly skin. No, so this guy is gone. Nobody's within 6 inches, so he is, that's not gonna have any impact. Next, let's take this one over here. 2 guys, and re-rolling the misses, wounding on 3s, so there is 1 wound. 5+ scaly skin plus shield, no, so he is gone as well. Last combat over here, we are gonna hit on a 3, wounding on a 3, 5+, got it. Coming back now, hitting on a 4, wounding on a 4, no. That brings us to the end of that round, so let's turn it over here to Wood Elf, High Elf, turn 4. Not much to do here, but charges to declare. Let's get this guy onto that skink. He is already fleeing, so he's going to keep going 8 inches. That will take him off the board, so another skink is gone. Carrying out the charge will bring him 6 inches forward. Next thing, let's have these 2 charge, one of them on each one of these skink archers. Let's start with the guy on the bottom. And 7, that would be close. But with 12, that will be just enough. So he will come crashing into that skink archer there. And the next guy, let's go ahead and roll that one out. 6, that will not be enough. So he will go ahead 5. No remaining moves. Let's go ahead and take a shot with this guy over onto that skink that's not in combat. Hitting on a 3, yes. Wounding on a, not a 2. Combat here now. Let's hit on a 3, yes. Wounding on a 3, no. Coming back here on a 4, no. So that's a tie combat. And over here now, these guys in the never-ending combat, they must be getting really tired. They've been fighting for rounds. All right, let's go ahead. ASF, no. And we miss. Coming back now, hitting on a 4. Yes, wounding on a 4. Yes, and we have any, do we have any armor? Ah, no, no armor. So he takes his last wound. He is gone. We have lost our leader. And with that, the Glade Guard High Elves now go below their broken point, but the Lizardmen are already there, and they will now need to roll in turn 4 at the start of their turn to see if they will rout. And now the moment of reckoning, they have a leadership of 5 out there, so this is going to be difficult on 2 dice to remain in play. Here we go. No, they got a 6! They got a 6. The Lizardmen rout and run off the field. Victory goes to the Glade Guard and the High Elves. Alright, even though our leader was apparently killed in Regiment of Renown, you're never really killed, you're just injured severely. You come back later in another game. Because the Glade Guard won, we get to roll now on the ability chart to see what upgrades we get for our leader. Okay, there were no kills for our leader, so we are just rolling a 2d6 and see what we get here. A 9. Master at Arms, your leader gains either +1 weapon skill or +1 ballistic skill. We'll give him a ballistic skill because he is going to be an awesome archer with that. And with that victory, the Glade Guard has now moved to the second round, where eventually they will face down the Inner Circle Knights. For the next round, we will be looking at the Goblins and the Dwarf Thunderers. Thank you for joining us today at Grey Army Gaming, where Grey can always play.